lame. Bitch warmers never ride for him. So play the
What's up, peeps? Julian Williams here at the distance. Got a video for you guys. This is a prediction for the upcoming bout between Vernon Paris and Zab Judah. This is an IBF 140-pound eliminator, which is going to be on March 24th on Fight Night on NBC Sports. So puts together the former champion Zab Judah, who hasn't been in the ring since the battle against Amir Khan, which ended in a 5th round knockout against contender Vernon Paris. Vernon Paris is 24 years old. He has not been outside of the 8th round in his career. I think he's been to the 8th round like 3 or 4 times maybe. But you know, he had a busy 2011 with fights against I think he fought Courtney Burton, Emmanuel Augustus, and Tim Coleman on ESPN. That one being on ESPN. Pretty much Vernon Paris is a very good boxer. He's very good. He tends to stalk his opponent. He's always in front of his opponent. He rolls his shoulders. Looks, you know, very left hand dominant. Looks great counter left hand. Nice tight left hook to the body. Good straight right hand. You know, he has a lot in his arsenal. And he's a very difficult opponent to face. He's hard. From time to time, you can catch him with that shot because he doesn't, like when he's standing in front of you, when he doesn't tuck his chin. But if he's on the outside and you're trying to attack him and you try to kind of impose your will on him, then, you know, it's hard to land on him because he's so slippery and so elusive up top. It's just hard to land a shot on him when, you know, he's on the defensive. And, you know, and sometimes when he's standing in front of you, and sometimes he's looking for that right hand. So, on the other hand, you have Zab Judah. Zab Judah starts very strong, quick hands, good power in his punches, good work rate for the first few rounds of the fight, very athletic, you know, hard. He's not the most easy fighter to face. Against Zab Judah, there's 2 things that you have to have. You have to have the skill to match him, that matches his, or the skill to match his, the speed to match his, or sometimes even you have to outpower him. You know, like, so in this particular fight, you know, on Vernon Paris' side, Vernon Paris is gonna have to he's gonna have to stalk Judah the entire fight. He's gonna have to be in front of him in this fight. I think that if he's in front of him, I think he just has to stalk him. He has to go to the body very early. He has to go to the body very early. He seems to be getting a lot better with his hooks to the body. His hooks to the body just seems to be getting better throughout, you know, most of his fights. And like I said, he's very elusive and hard to land on. So pretty much the main objective for him in this fight is to look to land the left hook to the body very early. Also look for the straight right hand, and also tie up Zab Judah. He definitely has to tie him up in this fight. I don't know if Paris is going to come out and try to attack Zab Judah because I don't think that's really in his temperament. But I think the body attack is going to be important for Vernon Paris in this fight especially against Zab Judah, who tends to kind of wear down during fights. You know, he'll start at a fast pace, but that momentum just shifts and decreases, you know, throughout, you know, the entire fight. And if Vernon Paris can impose his will early by going to the body and sustain a really good body attack early, I think it will benefit him in later rounds throughout this fight. Look to land, you know, the hooks to the body. Look to land the right hand up top, and also look to tie him up. Look to tie him up because Zab Judah has quick hands. He doesn't want to walk in this one because Zab Judah he still has power in both hands. He has power in that right hand. He definitely has power in that left. So in this one, you know, he pretty much, like I said, body attack, straight right hand, tie him up throughout the entire fight. And in the later rounds, look to just attack Judah. He has to attack him in those later rounds because if he attacks him in those later rounds, Judah from time to time will, you know, throw, you know, a combination or 2 back, but he'll just wear down and wear down and wear down, and that will lead him later on in the fight to openings to the body. And if he can get those openings to the body, he can put Judah down. You know, just going to the body. That simple. On the other hand, you have Zab Judah. Zab Judah in this fight, you know, he has quick hand speed, really good power. I think he still definitely has power at 140. So in this fight against the young fighter, I think he wants to look to counter that left jab of Vernon Paris. Vernon Paris does have a quick jab, but Zab Judah has good hand speed. So Zab Judah, on the other hand, could try to counter the Vernon Parrish jab with the right hook, being that Zab Judah is a southpaw. Look to counter with the right hook. Look to also land the straight left hand on Vernon Parrish, because there are moments in fights to where Parrish tends to always know where he is in the ring, but sometimes when he's throwing, he does forget about defense, especially when he's throwing that lead hook to the body. He does, from time to time, forget defense. So what Zab Judah wants to also do is he wants to catch Vernon Parrish walking in with the straight left hand. Straight left hand, counter the jab with the right hook, but also look to try to take Vernon Parrish out early in the fight. Even try to take him in the deep waters. If Zab Judah could try to conserve his energy, and he's really not that kind of fighter, if Zab Judah can conserve his energy and take Parrish in the deep waters, I think Zab Judah should try to get the knockout later in this fight. Try to make Vernon Parrish work a whole lot more, because if Vernon Parrish works a lot more than he's used to working, then being that he's a young fighter, he's 24 and has not been to this point in his career, then pretty much I just think that Zab could possibly have him. Just if Zab could maintain his composure and stay in this fight in the later rounds and find the opening for that knockout late. So who I think is going to win this fight? I'm going to go with, over the last 4 years, and I haven't brought this up, over the last 4 years, Zab Judah has always, kind of fooled fans. He's always told people, yeah, Zab is back, this is a new Zab. We've heard it in 2008 when Zab was supposed to fight Shane Mosley May 7. That didn't happen on pay-per-view with HBO because Zab fell through a shower and busted his hand or something. We heard it, last year that Zab was back. Then he quit against Amir Khan, and we just didn't have the best performance. So we always hear about this new Zab Judah. And Zab always gets a chance, being that he's Zab Judah. He wins championships. He wins the fights that we don't expect him to win. But in this fight, he's facing a young, hungry contender, very skilled, and has the skill to match his. But also, this young fighter has not been on the main stage just yet in his career. But even though he has not been on this main stage, I think that Vernon Parrish will step it up in this fight. And I think Vernon Parrish could probably get a decision in this one. So I'm going to go with Vernon Parrish winning a close decision against Zab Judah in this fight. So anyway, peeps, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.
What's it gonna be? Definitely